Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at another Gundam Universe figure, this one being the Master Gundam from the G Gundam series. I'm a big fan of G Gundam, and I love the Master Gundam, although I've always been a little bit disappointed that none of the model kits really seem to nail the look of it quite right, in my opinion. So that's why I've always had my fingers crossed that maybe we'll get a 2.0 of the Master Grade at someday. But I highly doubt that that's going to happen. That said, this one does look really nice, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Most of the time, I prefer model kits and not necessarily the figures, but this figure does look like it gets the look of the Master Gundam really nice. Let's go ahead and get it opened up and we'll check it out in today's review. Alright guys, so let's check out this box. As you can see, this is in the normal, I believe it's just kind of the normal size Gundam Universe box here. Got a cutout window there where you can see the figure, but more importantly, this very impressive looking illustration right there on the front. On the sides, there's a photograph of the figure on that side. Nothing really too much around to see on the other side of the bottom. But on the back, there's some more images of the figure, showing some of the articulation of that in the action pose here with the God Gundam, previously available. Number 19 in the Gundam Universe line there, also available. The Sazabi and the Shenlong, of course. Alright, let's go ahead, pull this out of here, see what we got. So you do have some instructions in the back here. Let's just kind of show about that. It's pretty straightforward though. For a Gundam that doesn't use like a beam rifle or a shield or anything like that, obviously the extras included in here are going to be relatively minimal. Basically we have the backpack parts and a couple of hand options and action base adapter. On that note, I mean, this is something that I pointed out in my review of the Gundam Universe Sazabi, was that it didn't include this, so it's kind of strange that I feel like this would have been kind of useful, or some sort of like bigger, more substantial one would have been good to have with the Sazabi, but it had a different style connection. Anyway, let's get the figure out here. I gotta say, just like the colors of it do look really nice. I really like the mold and the overall just kind of proportions of this figure. I think it's a really good looking figure just based on what I've seen of it. I don't know if it's supposed to or not, but just so you guys know that the V-fin doesn't lay perfectly flat to these like big horns here. It is kind of sticking up a little bit, and it does seem like it's supposed to be like that, not like it's supposed to be like pressed down flat on there. But just be aware of that. If your finger or something gets caught on there, it could probably easily snap that off, so just be a little bit cautious. But the pre-printing there, that metallic green for the head camera and the eyes, that all looks really nice on there. For the articulation, the head will only go up to about there, which is not all that much. Down to there though, which is fine, so that you can get that kind of more menacing look out of it. Around on the back of the head, the camera there is also painted for you, which is nice. While we're here, we can just kind of take a look at the back side. Here's where you're going to plug in the backpack wing parts. The torso section has a pretty good back bend and ab crunch there to the front. Not too bad at all there. We got some rotation here side to side. A little bit, again, it's not like a full rotation, but it's about as much as you would want to do, I suppose. Once again, the shoulder joint does not swing forward and back or up and down, so all you're really going to be able to do with the arm is get it up to about 90 degrees there, which is fine, but especially for like a martial arts style mobile suit, you really want to be able to take advantage of more articulation, and that being limited to that much is a little bit disappointing. Otherwise, the arm is going to work pretty normally here. Rotation there at the bicep. A double joint at the elbow gives you a nice full bend there. That's nice to see. The hand is just on a ball joint. The skirt sections in the front here are separate. That will move up to about there, which is pretty good. See, that should allow you to bring the leg up to about 90 degrees there. Double joint in the knee is kind of stiff, and that seems to be about the limit of that, which is a little bit more than 90 degrees, but not too much. It seems like it should be able to go more, but I'm not really able to get it to extend any more than that. Well, so I guess that's the extent of it. Anyway, the side skirts will go out to there, so you can get the leg all the way out to the side pretty nicely, no issues with that. The back skirt is just fixed, that's not going to move. Down here at the ankles, those will move pretty far to the front. Back's not too bad, side to side, so you can get a nice wide stance out of this. It's going to be pretty good. Up underneath the feet there, you got full detail. As far as any like mold lines or seam lines on this, you will have some mold lines here on the leg, and then up here on the shoulder. That would kind of the ones that are most noticeable to me at this point. Maybe here on the back of the arm as well, but overall, what is that? It's like some glue or something, I guess, that got there on the back of the shoulder. That's unfortunate, but fortunately it's on the back, so you're not really ever going to notice that probably, but that's kind of weird. Okay, so our backpack parts are not going to be able to open up or be able to fit around the body as they do in like the model kit form and like the actual mobile suit. So they're just gonna be at the back, which is fine. Of course, I would prefer if they were like fully functional, even if they don't do everything that they're supposed to do. They still look good. The colors on there look nice, and they can still move up and down. You can kind of change the angle of them. So not fully functional, but they still look pretty good, I gotta say. And then you've got your Darkness finger hands here, which are just in this metallic purple. Those look really nice, just the painting of those, the color of them. And once again, for a size comparison, here it is with a 1/44 scale Gundam kit. So these are not to scale, they're meant to just be 6 inches in height. But as for how they scale compared to model kits, they're kind of in between 1/100 and 1/144 scale. But I find the size of them to be pretty satisfying. Alright guys, let's check out some poses for this. And even though it is a martial arts style fighting mobile suit, we'll try a couple poses on the ground, but it definitely looks much better. I think probably up on an action base. But either way, I think it's a really great looking figure. As far as what you get with this, as you saw if you guys checked out my review of the Sazabi, I was a little bit disappointed that it didn't have the shield as far as its accessories go. This one, I mean, its accessories are minimal, but that's probably just normal for this Gundam. There's maybe 1 or 2 things that maybe would have been cool to be included, the beam cloth, I guess, for example, but really not all too disappointed by the fact that it doesn't have that. Overall, I'm actually quite satisfied with this one. Like I said, I really love the design, but the HG and the MG both don't really look quite right to me. This one I feel like is probably the best looking version of the Master Gundam. It's just unfortunate that it's a figure and not a model kit. But until the day that we get a newer, better looking model kit, I'm pretty happy with this one. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about the look of this, the overall value and everything with this? For someone like me who's much more into model kits than figures, I do really quite like this one. It's a really good looking version of the Master Gundam, I gotta say. But as always guys, thanks for checking out the video. If you would like to check out some of these figures and more Gunpla and everything like that, you can check out the link in the video description to USA Gundam store. We've got all of that stuff there for you guys to check out. And if you'd also like to like the video and or subscribe while you're here, that would be greatly appreciated. But until next time, hope you guys are all having a great day. I'll see y'all later. Bye guys.